God, I hope the model's working. Or not model. Music. Wait, there's a way to test this empirically. Let me adjust the cable. The issue is the music's kind of blowing my eardrums out. So I just have to assume it's working. I think it's working. Okay. Oh, it's been a bit. And then I'm scorched. Well, not scorched, but very sweaty. So for those of you who are now walking in, hello. How's it going? Going well today. What do I really even have to talk about? That's a really good question, to be honest. Well, Power World 1.0 came out, and that's been a lot. Hello, Emrian. I hope you're having a good day today. What have you been up to, or what will you be up to in this very warm morning? Also, do let me know if the music is a little bit too loud or something. This song might be just on the louder side of it. Fuck it, we're just gonna switch over, I don't care. You're gonna be lurking. Yes, you should finish all your semester work before Thursday. If I catch you talking in here... Ooh. Well, I don't know. Here's a small prayer. Other hand. I'm trying to pray, but my other hand's not agreeing with me. So what if I do this? There. May Amrian succeed in getting his work done. May the flames bless you. Yeah, it's what, like a week or two away? Or well, I don't know the exact date, but it's a time. You better have fun. You better remember our deal. Next week. Oh, you're eating right now. What are you eating? A breakfast sandwich. What's in the breakfast sandwich? Is it one too many hot dogs? Sorry if you end up seeing me glitch out with my arm. Hello, Lantern. I hope you're having a good day today. There's me trying to drink a cup of tea. I probably shouldn't be drinking such a large mug of hot water, but you know. Egg, sausage, cheese on a croissant? Why are you not having a good day, Lantern? Explain. You're awake. Well, you know what that also means? You may be awake, but what that also means is you can actually go out of your way to try and figure out how to have a good day. If you put in the effort to reward yourself and make yourself feel good, then you will feel good. What that means to say is, eat a bagel. But your day better be perfectly fine. I really need to figure out like my own, like it. Because, you know, if I say, oh, you know, may God have you whenever I'm done with you, like, that doesn't seem right for my own little lore. I need to figure out what else I want to do. There's also one more thing. Emery, you probably, obviously, I know I'm distracting you, which I'm not sorry. But, have you ever been on Lux's stream? Or Luxy's streams? Or you've at least heard Harry talk about it, where they have a stim thing where you can type in certain words into the chat and it will like play a soundbite of someone saying said word or whatever. Like one of the stems is tequila in varying forms of tequila-isms. I want to know how to do that myself, because I would love to be able to set up like a bunch of secret words that if someone just were to say it, it unlocks it. Yeah, that's mood. I'm normally watching one too many streamers every day, especially since now Twitch kind of like changed the way certain things are in regards to how many you can watch in your IP and everything. Which, I mean, yeah, sure, it's the fight against botting, but it's made people like me who wants to support as many people as they can really annoying. Because I don't count as a thing anymore. Yes, technically I already have like a secret little phrase and or wording that if you do say it in the Discord, it will make the bot respond to you in some shape or form. But you obviously have to know what the specific thing is, Also, I think in about 2 weeks, I will be home alone. Or at least 1 week, I'm not too sure. What that means is I'm going to be able to be really, really loud. And I could end up recording a bunch of shit that I want to have for my own streams. But I wouldn't be able to do normally because, I live with people. Someone remind me. It's really just down to me because I'm writing it down here. Because it's very important that I end up having this ability to be very, very loud and have my own stream bits. I'm going to sneeze. I lied. It was actually me just trying to breathe in and clear my nose. Not a sneeze. I just forgot what the word was. A snort. That's what it was. Yeah. No, it's the same thing with me, Emery. I have about every single streamer I watch is genuinely on like a tier list of like, okay, I'm watching this person to purely try and support them, but I still have my favorites and the like. And for some others, like Harry, if I'm a mod in their stream, I'll be in there modding. Or at least lurking while modding. But no, I fully get you. It's genuine, like you genuinely need to have like a tier list effectively of like all the streamers you do watch and like how you rank them. Like if my Kami Oshi were streaming at the same time as Hyrie and I couldn't, like if I had to choose between one or the other, I genuinely choose the Kami Oshi. Like I like, even though I'm like a mod for Hyrie and everything, if that were like I could only watch one stream or the other, I would have to watch the Kami Oshi. Oh, you don't have to watch me all the time, sir. Though I appreciate it. It is very appreciated that you're even choosing to choose me on this list. So thank you very much for that. Other hand, could you please like work for me here? If I do this. Nope. That just makes me look like I'm rubbing my hand like it's like I'm a fly. Just fucking going like I'm a fucking fly. I'm buzzing in your room. My hands are fucked. Buzzing in your room when you're trying to sleep and fly by your ear and touch you and then make you freak the fuck out and not have a nice sleep because it's warm, and that's when I can best propagate and you really just want to fucking slap me in your room, but also like at the same time you can. I need to get a fly zapper. You know, the one with the battery? I need to buy one of those and just have it. good. Let me know whenever you start studying. Ain't that a fucking mood? Having to hype yourself up in order to do something. Fucking me anytime I try to do anything productive. But do let me know whenever you start studying. Obviously you'll probably end up lurking. But, you know, I at least want to say, like, good luck. But you don't really need luck. You just need to focus and, like, apply what you know and make it so that, like, you kind of, like, internalize it. Something, the way one learns is a very important factor to understand and be used whenever you actually know how to do. I'm gonna learn by doing and also having someone explain to me something in human terms. That's how I end up picking up most stuff. Otherwise, I'm like, I don't know where to start. And that's actually a big issue of mine, is where if I don't know where to start stuff, I generally won't start it. I will say this cup of tea is fucking good. Even though it's like way hotter and making me clearly sweat, it is nice and refreshing. And it's warming me up, which means that it's kind of making like the outer environment cooler. Which is a good thing, I think. Music homework. Yeah, history work is just... History is just regurgitating what you've been told. Whereas music, I'm assuming that's not regurgitating stuff. That's actually like trying to be unique-ish. Or at least understanding the theory. Not too sure on that front. You can obviously correct me if you want. Oh, reading music. The only thing I could remotely suggest is having a program that allows you to read the language and play it so that you can associate with the sound. And then obviously in the sound you can then like go like, I don't know, whatever the E major is, and just hit the E major real quick. And then go, yes, that's what that is. Something associating sound with a specific sight. Or smell. I don't know. Maybe you want to smell like lemons whenever you smell E major. Don't question me with my choice in E major or lemons. Apparently, based on what the hippie told me, who was another gentleman who was in here the other time, my voice is like an E major, and I like lemons. So they kind of go hand in hand. I've also apparently started taking collagen, and I haven't really noticed my plume looking any more healthier. Or sorry, hair. Plume also works. Yeah, plume just works. One thing I do need to check is... I'm gonna burp. Oh god. One thing I do need to check is, like, getting information on an artist who because I don't know if the one who I was originally going for still works. Why is my hand doing that? My hand's down here at my arm. The fuck? That's where my hand is. What is it? Yeah, I need to like look into like finding an artist who could probably draw men the way I want them to. I'm looking for a specific style, and unless it's someone I know already who's able to like mimic styles to a degree can do it, sure. But I need a specific style. Because one day I'll have a face. I'll be able to do a face reveal. Not the kind you think, though. But I will say, at least past that, I have a lot of references of it. I guess I could obviously draw it myself, but don't know. I'm still not super confident in like what I. Sorry, every time my hand glitches out, I just kind of like go like, excuse me. Am I being haunted by a ghost? Let me find a. I could obviously draw the face and everything, but I haven't really managed to nail down like a good masculine form, or at least maybe not exactly masculine. I can draw men, no problem, but it's like aiming for that simultaneously anime-ish type of style, but it being like clearly like a little bit more of a step towards realistic proportions. So I basically noticed is that whenever you're drawing like mostly anime men, and emphasis on the men, not the boys, they end up looking a little bit more realistic, or at least having certain features particularly defined. And because of that, you end up running into like a weird like issue where a lot of people just don't know how to draw anime men because it actually kind of borderlines on the more realistic side of stuff. And because it obviously borderlines on that, you end up running into the issue of people not really knowing how to like best capture the best of both worlds. And it's like, as I said, I can draw anime men, but like I want to really make it, I want to refine it and get better at it. So I guess realistically, I just need to just draw like a lot of men. Sorry, sometimes I forget you guys can see my face, which is fine. But I think my head motions kind of more than make up with the what I'm doing, since I kind of did like the look towards camera nods. Like obviously like smiling at the same time. But that'd be something for the future. I don't intend on really getting like an updated model or anything anytime soon, especially since like what I have right now works. Don't fix what isn't broken, you know? Plus, if I am to make it anything larger and anything bigger than that, I'd actually want to be mostly armor focused so that people can keep drawing armor. The main reason being is that I feel like learning how to understand how metal works, how armor works, and how light works off of it is a very good thing to learn and study. Sure, I don't look exactly the most metallic, and I look more like very, very aggressively matted, but also Wardo surprisingly doesn't know how to interpret textures too well, from my understanding. Don't get me wrong, it works fine, but like I don't look super shiny. Well, not shiny, but like light that doesn't hit me right. But I think that's also because I turned off lights, so there's like a lightless sort of scene, and I have no intention of fucking with it until anytime soon. So obviously using this is not a good reference for like how metal should look. I do have an image, so I guess my head, back of my head was itchy because my body just tried to scratch it, and I'm just sitting here chilling. I do have an image here where it kind of shows off it a little bit better, but I have to find it, and I don't know how to best interpret it into stream without it being a little wonky-dicked. But oh, I should probably. Why? Is it because I'm sitting weird? Because I got comfortable to, well, be comfortable, and now the arms are bugging the fuck out. I'll have to see if this improved it at all. Also, I will give you a small update. I haven't been able to figure out how to mod my self into Skyrim or Cyberpunk because I put it off, or put it off. Because I have specifically not looked into doing it. I keep saying I shouldn't like, but the main reason as to why I haven't is that I again don't know where to start. And I'd rather not jankify or butcher something and potentially break a game and then have to do all the rework and everything else and just not fundamentally understand where or what I did. A lot of what I end up doing is ultimately trying to understand and put into words and then execute it in a way that works, which is probably why 2D drawing works for me in some format, since it's really just still like a 2D plane. Even if you're trying to capture like the feel of a 3D environment, it's still 2D, and as long as you know the general tricks, you can kind of recreate anything you want in 2D. This isn't looking down on it, this is raising it up, where you can kind of make a 2D plane look 3D, no fucking problem. But installing a mod and making so that my model of me works in like Cyberpunk or Skyrim, especially since Skyrim, the skeleton, from what I remember, is really fucking jank. Because creation engine, I would have thought, is inconsistent. But at the least, I probably will be installing some mods into Cyberpunk to capture the idea of full-bodied armored guy at some point. What I'll probably end up realistically doing is pre-playing through Cyberpunk initially. Good luck on your study break. Lock in and do your best. I know you can do it. Get that brain absorbing that stuff like a sponge with water. But with a Cyberpunk at least, what I'll probably end up doing is pre-playing through the intro and getting a character just before the intro. Maybe slightly played a little bit more just so I can get the cosmetics set up and everything for what I want to look like. But then on stream, starting a new game and then loading that one, or playing through like the initial intro to the point where I get my character in control and just be standing in close enough, same location as where I would be normally. And then I would just load up the other save and then, well, basically bar maybe just trying to figure out how to get the gear up. I'm basically starting fresh with just the cosmetics that I want. And it would be genuinely just cosmetics, because based on what I understand from Cyberpunk 2077 is that gear now does not play any major role into combat or like anymore. I know it before it did, where you can increase your armor durability, or your defense or whatever of your armor. Sorry, clothes, not armor. And you could be a very strong tank with just your clothing. But they nerfed that or changed that completely in the update. So for all intents and purposes, I am going to be just saying fuck it, who cares about the cosmetic stuff? I'm just going to wear whatever the fuck I want. And we'll just be seeing me play through it the way I would normally play any other game. We'll have to see though, because again, Cyberpunk is one of those games which, if you don't have like a main story progression or any meaningful progression in some stuff, it's kind of just aggressive combat all the time and driving, which obviously kind of like downplays like a lot of the aspects of it. But like, I'm sorry, I don't really remember much about Cyberpunk, so I'm just kind of playing it for the combat stuff because it's like, fuck it, why not? What I do actually have to get properly set up is the Skyrim thing. I have to like figure out like a few things where I wanted to like have like a notes of like what type of roles I want. I need to do a test where like I get the mod. I also, same with Cyberpunk, the first stream will probably me testing with the model and then probably having to go to the PNG, because if I can't run Cyberpunk and this model at the same time, I might have to disable my hands. and maybe lower the process in regards to priority. I'll end up looking a lot more crunchier, but when it comes to the game, I'd rather the game have priority over me, because I'm playing the fucking thing, and if it looks like ass to me, then it's gonna look worse to y'all, and that's the most important part here. Because without that, the game is gonna end up like not super working. But with that though, I'm going to make it a point that right now I'm scratching my head. If I keep playing Cyberpunk, it'll be very, very. This is again no disrespect to Cyberpunk itself, but I'll probably end up being very bored, and I don't know if that will reflect in the main content and the like. So we'll have to see. Because I know that I don't really have many other things I could do. And I'm not about to sit here for several hours just chatting into the ether. I actually generally like having something up to partly also keep me from running in circles. I say that, but then I also run around in circles in Tuna Grill a lot. Like a lot. Which was a little silly. In RimWorld, I kind of just sat with the same screen for like several hours. Which, admittedly, fair. Minus the mod breaking, which was depressing. Because Warframe isn't really super fun to watch. It's very numbers heavy, and there's no real like unique reflection of like individuality or skill except for cosmetics. You generally just get the newest frame, abuse the newest frame, and see what they actually have, and then ta-da, you have the new bar numbers. I could probably do Minecraft. Do I want to do Minecraft? No. I'm not going to burn myself out in Minecraft or anything like that. I could potentially do a possible Elden Ring run. Or play through the different Dark Souls alternatively. I might potentially do that. Playing through Dark Souls 1, 2, 3. Well, I already played 3. So probably won't end up doing 3. I never did finish 3. Well, I never finished the DLC. Well, that's not the point. Realistically, it's trying to figure out like things that I could play or do forever in games, because I surprisingly don't have that many that I would actively install? No. No, what I mean is what do I mean? There is no like infinite games. Though technically that would have been Tinder Grail for me. Because I feel like I could keep doing different types of runs in that game. Different types of gimmicks. But I have been playing the absolute shit out of it, so I kind of want to at least like give it a little break for now. And since I'm trying to avoid spending a ton of money, I can't really buy anything that's new. could, no. I could probably do Mortal Sin. Finally. Because I think it's... yeah, it's on a 32% off, so I might end up doing that. But if it's not obvious, I really am not very good at this whole talking thing. Kind of forcing myself into doing this for the sake of just doing this. When the reality is that one might say, oh, you should have a bunch of stuff that you need to do or read or whatever. But I don't know. Just chatting is like probably the most hardest thing that I could do. I don't know how else to put it other than those who do just chatting as a livelihood are y'all are a different type of beast. Like on a really, really meta level. Disrespect partly included, because holy shit. I don't know how you can just sit and talk for hours. Like, I'm already running out of topics. Then again, that's kind of the issue whenever I just get out of bed. Well, no, I guess what I could do is probably like plan out things. Hang on. We will rock you. Sorry. Let's see. We're looking for this. So what I really want to do is notes for future streams, I guess. Invest in a schedule. Or a picture schedule. Because I feel like one of the biggest issues is that since I don't have like a visible or in your face schedule, a lot of people don't really care. I mean, I thought you were supposed to be focused on playing, or not playing, studying. Oh, you're gonna go. Sorry, I just saw the message in your name. I'm like, Emery, you should be locked in. No, that's fair. Enjoy your studying. Oh, within reason. But yes, I at least know that it has multiple endings. Doing all the side quests, I don't know. The same issue happens in Tainted Grail with me is that I end up playing through. Sorry, I'm currently adjusting myself in my chair so I can sitting upright because I slid down again. Doing all the side quests kind of ends up being the same issue where like I only really want to get items or rewards or things that specifically benefit my build, and if they don't have something or anything related to that, then I'm not going to bother doing them. First time through though, I probably will end up doing as much as I can and just getting whatever ending is there. I don't really know what the best one is, but like, hey. I'm probably going to end up avoiding like doing all the romance stuff. I know there's a lot of romance. People fucking won't stop fucking talking about the romance, and they won't stop talking about it like on a meta level, an obscene level. So I'm going to avoid doing all that just out of choice. But no, that's fair. I mean, fuck, the multiplayer playthroughs I did in Tainted Grail, I think it's like 300 hours now. No, 226, never mind. But yeah, that's fair. My main thing is mostly trying to figure out how to mod it and get myself looking like that, or looking like the way I want it to. Because I didn't even install the fucking game. Oh god. No, I'm not going to do it during stream. The fucking Steam has this one particular quirk where it will just eat your entire bandwidth because it can. because it can eat your entire bandwidth, it well, it's not really good to stream when you're downloading too. So I'm going to end up like avoiding doing that for now. But yeah, I'll probably end up like, if it does really just sort of grab me, if Cyberpunk 2077 on the second revisit grabs my attention and holds on to it, I probably might attempt to do like another challenge run, or at least some variant of replayability type of thing, and seeing how far I get. If not, I think the one playthrough I do will be a mostly attempted at completing everything within reason, and then moving on to whatever the equivalent of the next thing is. I'm assuming it's going to take me at least upwards of a month, give or take. Assuming I do like minimum 2 hours a day, and I only really play games now for 4 days instead of 5 days, since I just chatting on Mondays. I think we are probably going to get like a month, maybe 2 out of it. Again, 2-hour playthroughs, maybe 4 depending on the day. Because I still want to like do that Skyrim mod test thing. I just have to reinstall Skyrim and get that set up. I could maybe show off everything as crab at some point. Just have a crab week. Because I've got crab champions. Everything is crab. I could maybe do a week of crab where it's just those 2 games. And it's just, you know, that's just what happens. Maybe. Because I know I was originally attempting to do a semi-series of going through and playing crab champions and getting like the highest rank in every piece of gear in the game, which is basically reaching, I think it's diamond, or no, I think it's prismatic across the board in every weapon. I don't think I could do it in that week, because Crab Champions is, well, it's a roguelike game, so you end up running into the issue of like, I have run out of things I can do, or well, not run out of things. I get like a bad build, and it will fuck me up. So we'll see. But we'll have to see how things go. Because admittedly, a lot of the games now coming out nowadays are, I say this disrespectfully again, friends a lot. There's no like actual good co-op games. I think the last time there was one good co-op game was, I think maybe Elden Ring Night Rain. At least that I was aware of, that kind of made like the rounds on everything. It's not a bad thing, but like, again, I think I've already ranted about this before in the past, or at least last week, where I don't like friend swap games because they kind of eat up all the potential for good co-op games, because they don't add anything to it. They kind of just do enough, get the friend swap money, and then they move on. Which I don't enjoy. I've already said before, as I said. What? Though there is one game that I'm semi-excited for, but I have a gut feeling it's another fucking... Oh. Another gadget, so I have to wait for it to come out. They've used AI. What the fuck? AI was utilized solely for the translation of certain in-game dialogue and external content, such as their Steam page and community posts. Okay, translation. But this is from the fucking... Oh wait, no, who the fuck? Well, they're using Unreal Engine 5, so it's probably already got AI in it somewhere. So I'm gonna probably, well, generative piss. I should probably be more specific. Fuck it, I can play Digimon. I forgot I have Digimon. I could play fucking Digimon. That seems somewhat acceptable. Don't judge me. But I probably have to play the new one, because apparently the new one has like a lot of quality of life stuff that the old ones don't have, and if I want to have the old ones have it, I have to mod it, and the more steps I have to go and mod a game to make it more reasonable to play is kind of annoying. I don't know if I really want to do that, in truth. Or at least on the grand scheme of it. Though we'll have to see in the grand scheme of it. Did I just say that twice? I think I just said that twice. Though I will say, depending on when, I will be using and playing the Steam frame and streaming on that. Well, I am marked down for the Steam machine and its specs for, like, again, offloading the gaming to that, because my current PC has basically like similar, if not the exact same specs. It might just, in fact, I think my current PC is actually a little bit weaker. What I'll probably end up doing is offloading all the things to the Steam machine, and then using the main computer as just a drawing and just OBS stuff. That way, if OBS or anything is acting up, it's specifically on that PC versus the Steam machine. And the Steam machine would just be whatever's wrong with the game. So it's something that I actually do want. But the Steam frame, because it's compact and it doesn't require all that much work, sizing and everything, I'm probably going to have to, like, I'm probably going to invest quite a bit into it. As there is VR games that, like, I've been wanting to play, but I can't realistically play them because current VR stuff that I have is the old Index, and the old Index is rougher. Requires dedicated space, the base stations, and has to be plugged in and the like. And I don't have that right now, so gotta work with it. Though I don't have much else to actually talk about. Oh wait, no, I'm a fucking dumbass. I forgot to think about my fucking ideas for what I want for future streams, and like invest in picture schedule so that with times on a 2-week rotation. Because for me, I go off 2 weeks instead of just 1 week, because it helps me better plan the 2 weeks at the time. Look into the stream games. I guess, yeah, collabs. I actually have to figure out how to do that. But I am going to, at the very least, end it there. I don't have much else to do. And I don't have much else to talk about. So, I'm just going to end it. I don't really have much of an outro or anything to do this time around. I don't intend on reading out to anyone. I don't think, yeah, no one, it says here no one here is online right now, so we'll just call it. Thanks for those of you who did pop in and like. Hit the follow button on Twitch, hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Till then, I'll see you tomorrow for probably Cyberpunk and testing and making sure it works. Till then.